Testing 1, 2. Three, 4, 5. Okay. No one has video on. No one has microphones, but I do see people.
Thank you. Thank you.
If Kevin's not around, if you need help, just let me know.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Do you have your business card by any chance?
There's Ashley.
Oh, I left mine in the car. Obviously.
Left on my card.
See, I have business cards because I
have a celebrity, Peter Kells, Wisconsin.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
And this is Paula,
Hi.
newly licensed in my mentor program. Oh, there's Chuck Doty. Oh my gosh, they're out here. All right, we'll mute.
Hey there. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Kristen.
Hey. How is everybody? Anyways.
Yeah, I think Archie's got some feedback going on.
Ashley, are you cooking again?
If you guys wouldn't mind maybe muting yourselves if you're not talking.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that for them. I'm not having any luck for some reason. There we go. That's better. Let me get these slides started.
So while she's getting the slides ready, I want to make sure that we're very punctual and respect everybody's time today. I wanted to give a shout out to some of our new team members that have joined us in the last couple of weeks. I think I already mentioned before, Dawn Aldridge from Remax. Dawn and I've known each other a long time. Both of us were with Remax for over 25 years. And so Dawn is in our market center in Scottsdale, an awesome guy. Also, Matthew Mayer, who is coming back to real estate and coming back to Keller Williams, and is a friend of mine and also a friend of Faye's. Jeff Fowler in Wasilla, who joined us, and Danny and I had the opportunity to meet him on Monday when we were teaching out here in Wasilla. And then Ray Castro from Prescott, I think he's on the call today, also joined us. And Rafiq from Las Feliz also joined us. And then we've got from Wisconsin, Susie Austin and Pedro Hardy. So we've had a lot of folks joining us in the past couple of weeks. Excited about that and excited about the opportunities for them and how we can support their goals. So welcome to the Friday call. Today we're going to talk about something super fun. You know, it was kind of a brainstorm I had a few years ago. Jeremy and I worked together on it to get the native app built and get the program kind of started, and then Ashley has just run with it, which I'm super excited about. And we've kind of done a soft launch on it. And it's a rewards program. And I don't know how many of you like rewards, but I love them. So I love my Hilton Honors rewards and my American Airlines and Alaska Airlines. And the thought behind this is, if someone refers someone to us, there's really 4 categories. And depending on which one you sign into and log and say, for instance, I'm a Kristen Cole client, or I'm a KCN team member, you'll be able to earn different points. So for instance, if Don Aldridge all of a sudden was getting ready to go home and Archie needed a sign put up and it's over near where Don is, he could get points for doing a random act of kindness for one of the KCN members. Let's say that your neighbor down the street refers someone to you to buy or sell a home. Again, you can get points for that. And they write a review for you on Yelp or on Zillow. So there's different levels of points, and there's lots of different things. So Ashley's going to show it to you, but I just wanted to read off some additional things that are going to be added to the app next week, just as some ideas. Again, if the client were to write a review on Yelp or Zillow, or even another agent were to do that for you, or they list their home with you, they buy a home from you, they refer someone to you that buys or sells a home, they refer a talented member to us that might be someone that would join our team, either as an agent or as admin. They sign up and ask for me to teach in their market center. Let's say that Denny and Dawn do scripts and role play this week for 1 week solid, so many points. Don puts in all of his numbers in KCN for the entire month of June. Perfect, like perfect attendance. You get points. So what's the big deal about the points? The reason the points are so important is the prizes that you can win for the points that you acquire. So what does this mean, Ashley? Text KCN rewards to 59559.
Yep, that's a new thing that will also be live next week. It's very similar to the Quickly codes that we use for Brivity, where you would text for information on a house. This one, you literally would text the letters, that spell out KCN rewards to 59559, and it's going to shoot back a text to the person. So this is obviously going to be something good to give to your clients or another co-agent that you're working with. It's going to text back the link so they can get into the App Store and sign up right away. So that's just another little quick thing. What I've heard feedback-wise and we'll hear from Suzanne here in a little bit, what I've heard feedback from agents is that while we send out emails and say, here's this great new feature that we have that you can sign up for, that's not being they're not as responsive to that as if the agent says, here, this is this, because it can look kind of, they're like, it's too good to be true. That can't be right. So this is just a quick little way for them to get that word out.
So let's say, Denny, you're at a poker game tonight, and you're playing with your buddies, and one of your buddies happens to mention that they know somebody that needs to sell their home. Denny, you'll be able to go straight, or you'll be able to have them go straight on the app on their phone and actually put the referral into the app. They'll not only get the points, but then our support team goes through our app every single day and gets those referrals and then gets them to you. I'll give you an example. Monica Reynolds was up here in Alaska this past weekend with Denny and I. She had 2 referrals for us, and she put them into the app, and then our support team sent them to Louise to follow up on. So there's high accountability, and also she thought it was amazing. She said, this is one of the most brilliant things I have seen. So she was super, super supportive of it. And so what I'm doing now is every time I teach a class, I'm telling people about the app and having them download. You think, well, why would an agent who's not with KCN, why would they download our app? And the reason is because, for instance, if they want to get our brand new open house playbook that we just, well, we're putting the finishing touches on it. They could earn enough points to go and get that open house playbook that we have for free. So there's lots of reasons. And I think once you guys get on there and play with it a little bit like I did, you're going to see that you can get a lot of points, and the points buy you some really cool things. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Ashley.
So hang on a minute. May I ask a question?
What's
So-
that, Denny?
Let me ask a question, because you guys I think talked about this over the last X number of weeks or whatever, and for the very first time I heard it when you were talking to Monica. So, I mean, it's one thing to talk about something, it's another to do it. So I'm just kind of curious of the people on the call, because people might have been zoned out like I was. Can you do a roll call really quick and just be honest? Who here on the call does not have the app on their phone now?
And before you do the roll call, the aha to me this weekend was when I was talking to Monica about it, is not only did Denny not have it on his phone, but neither did Christy. And so I thought, if those two folks don't have it on their phone, and then probably some of the KCN people might not have been on that call that Friday, or maybe didn't listen to the recording and still don't know anything about it. So that's why we thought we should come back and talk about it again.
So
Yeah, so I shared so we can see everybody. Will y'all raise your hands or, say something if you do not? Is that what we're doing, Denny, if you do not?
It's just, I mean, just be honest, because honestly, I didn't pay any attention to this because I didn't really buy into it. Now I'm really excited about the possibility of how I can use this in my farm area, which I think you'll get to next. However, for example, if we want this to be adopted, I think it should be adopted on the call. For example, if you get points to be on the call, however, your points not being on the call, you're on the call and your camera's on, you click on here and you get points during the call. And so, Kristen, I really believe we should be trained to use it, because this is just another thing like Command and Kelly, and we're being bombarded with all this stuff. It's like, oh my gosh. However, the brilliance of this is I've got a 5,000 home farm that I would love to be able to help figure out how I can get my people onto something where they can earn points. Maybe they use our handyman, maybe they refer us business, blah, blah, blah. So let's start with the team. Can the team agree to adopt this? Because you're putting a lot of money into this, and I was totally zoned out until last week. So if I was zoned out, there may be some other people that just haven't picked up on this yet. Plus we have some new people.
Well, and let me just say this, you're absolutely on the right track, because, very soon, and I've talked about this before, or I shouldn't say very soon, within the next year, the Keller Williams app, which will also have, for instance, on it, it'll have like some vendors. Well, we can put our own vendors on there, and we can also put this app on that app. And so I say that because, for instance, Danny, one of the things on there is you earn so many points, and we will hire like an Angie's List housekeeper to come clean your house. So there are super cool things on there that aren't real estate related when it comes to the points. And so there's also a category on there like, hey, tell us what our next contest should be, or tell us what our next award or reward should be. And you get points for suggesting things to us. So I think once you get on that, it'll be, and see it, you'll see the power of it that you could use with your clients. Because I asked the people in the class that we were teaching, how many of you on Monday, I said, how many of you love rewards programs? And all of their hands went up. And so this is just a way, in addition to the referral fee, like for instance, for agents, this is just in addition to that, a way for them to earn points and shop online. So who has already downloaded that app? Raise your hand.
We got to have a camera on to raise your hand.
Well, everybody that has their hands raised, we need.
Who does not have? It's the question.
Matt does not. Ray and Pedro, y'all are
They're-
fairly new, so
They're
we will keep
brand
you.
new.
Yep, Rafiq.
Does not.
Tyler, you don't have the app downloaded? Who?
You're muted.
Tyler?
No, I have it downloaded. Sorry.
Oh, okay, good.
I saw everybody.
Archie does not.
So wait a minute, there's an app?
For me. They haven't yet. but they will.
You must be.
So all you have to do is go to the rewards or go to the app store and type in KCN rewards. And when you do, our app will come up and it looks just like this.
Well, I think this meeting would be a win if you can get at least all of us to do it.
Agreed. So
Yeah.
everybody go to the app store right now. Go to the app store and type in KCN rewards. This is what's going to come up. And click on that.
And
And
if it says that you already have an account, just do forgot password, because we did go through, those of you that have been with us for a while, Archie, for example, we did go through and sign everybody up. So don't worry about the temporary email. You can just do forgot password with your KCN email address.
now what you guys are going to see next week is there's going to be a whole lot more ways that you can earn money. See this page right here? These are all the new things that Ashley put into the system yesterday, but they won't go live until next week. So all you have to do is just go like this to refresh your app. Okay, so is everyone, and you get points for signing up. So,
Not-
and yes, we know that.
Not finding it.
Is that, you said
KCN,
that?
Matt, KCN rewards, right?
Yes, Casey.
Try Kristen Cole.
Rewards.
I got it, no problem.
Did it come up under Kristen Cole?
I typed in KCN rewards, it came right up.
Yeah, mine's not coming up here.
When it originally
And
was
mine's not
launched,
coming up and I'm
We're
on a
following
Droid.
the system.
when it was originally launched last year, it was under Kristen Cole. So there might be overlap on that.
You got it.
Yeah, but it says KCN.
So Ashley, give them a website that they can go to download if they have an Android.
Yeah, if you go to KCN rewards from the website, there's a link there that'll take you to the app store, whether it's Google Play or the Apple store.
Right. So what is our website? That's what I'm trying to.
KCNrewards.com. Sorry, I thought I said that.
Oh, it's not the Kristen Cole Social and Loyal.
That works as well, but the KCN rewards is just easier to, yeah.
Perfect.
It
Either
just
one
pointed
works.
to it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So did everybody find it?
Pedro, you're driving, so if you don't have it, then you pull over first, okay?
Yeah, and
Oh, I
Matt,
got
if
it.
you continue
I
to
actually
have trouble,
downloaded
we
it.
can,
All right.
work on it out of this call.
So when you pull it up in the App Store, it looks like that.
Mhm.
So for example, just as an idea, as people get this and they show up to whatever requirements, I know we have cameras on for those people that can do that, then, they should get $500 from KCN.
They should get $500 from Betty Grinds and Company, did you say?
No, KCN, this is not my app.
Oh, I already have 120 points.
Okay, so ask questions on how could you use this to show value to your database or your farm or door knocking. What are some of the ways that you guys are thinking of that you could actually use this?
Is Suzanne on? I don't know if she's one of the phone numbers.
I think one really easy way is that just bringing it up. Like anytime I go into a store and they tell me, oh, we have a rewards program, I'm always like, sweet, tell me about it. I love points. I love rewards. People love free stuff. So even just bringing it up simply in the conversation, oh, and by the way, you can get points for this,
Let me ask you a question. What about all this internet stuff? When you go into bassprooutlet.com and then they have a pop-up that says, hey, how would you like to receive or have a 10% coupon or whatever? Jeremy, it could be something that we could use on the internet for people once we get it developed, where it automatically pops up, and maybe that would get a lot of people signed up for it.
Yeah, actually, we could put a pop-up on the website pretty easily.
That'd be very cool.
Or with your contest, when you're giving away tickets to the fair or whatever. And so when they sign up for the tickets to the fair, there's an automatically thing that, well, this that grants them the access to the app or whatever. So, you know, would it help you to have 500 people or 1,000 people using this app?
Of course. Well, just to give you an example, we have done a totally soft launch. So soft that even my own husband and Christy did not know about it. But here's the interesting thing. We soft launched it April the 2nd. We've already gotten 32 referral leads from the program.
Wow.
Yep, and I was gonna go, can y'all see my screen now, okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. This shows just our statistics too from what it was as of about this time last week. So we started with just our KCN agents and staff, which was, you know, well less than 10,000 people. And then we've since added a few databases. We've added a recruiting database to it. And we really are having a lot of involvement there from people. They're going in, they're getting involved, they're clicking around. I took a couple where these arrows are. This shows our new social media followers, the people that have gone to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And then this shows also the estimated views on Facebook, which is 819. And then it's about 150 between the three here as far as the communication channels. So it's really taken off very well.
What about putting a message together and sending this to our past clients?
Yes. What I've heard, Suzanne is not on here with us, I don't think, but I did talk to her earlier this week. She's really embraced this with her past clients a lot. And she said that we were sending out emails to little snippets of the database to start growing that. And what she said she's found is that her actually texting or calling a past client and giving them the information has really gone a lot farther than the emails that we send, because they, you know, it just seems too good to be true. Like, here, sign up for this and you can get these gift cards or whatever it is. So I think that that's a really great excuse to make some phone calls. Go through there, especially maybe start with people you don't have an email address for some reason. Call them up, say, I want to send you this. Earn points. Tyler's taking advantage of it. Tegan. I mean, pretty much a lot of people on the call have taken advantage of it. So it's a great way to call, or great reason to call. And I think it's back to what Kristen said about loving the rewards programs. You know, whenever we're talking about going somewhere, she says, you know, check Hampton, check Marriott, because she has points there, right? And we want somebody that says, my neighbor's selling, oh, well, you've got to go to this app and fill it out, because then you'll get equivalent to a gift card for sending a name. So we want to be that. That's the whole goal, is to be where they go to put everything.
Exactly.
Same thing with agents. I'd rather the agents visit, like non-KCN agents, visit KCN Rewards. They'll get linked back to Growthward. They can see all the stuff we sell, the products. They can book Kristen to talk. So yeah, we're going to be, that's the goal. So think of it that way.
If you guys were to look into the app today, you're going to see that there's a lot of things there. But if by the end of next week, when you see, you know, all the additional things that we have added in terms of the way that you can get points, and then also we added additional prizes in the store that you can purchase for the points. So if you guys, at the end of next week, if you guys see something like, yeah, we should have this on there, you don't even have to email Ashley. You can just click right there. Any ideas you have, you know, for points or for rewards, and, you know, it'll go straight to the support team and they'll get it and add it to the app.
Yeah, and I'd like to have a featured activity and a featured reward every month, so that, you know, it encourages them to go back. Like, oh, it's July now, let me go see what the reward is and what can I think of.
Yeah, and so for instance, we also could have had the featured reward, for instance, this past month, or for like a few days, for Ricardo, who was giving away those tickets for, you know, for the circus. So there's lots of ways that we could use this. And the more we use it, the more ways you'll think about.
I think we should add daily numbers on here. And
we did. That is one of them, Tyler. Great. So we added, You know, if you put your daily numbers in, you get so many points, but if you put them in for 30 days straight,
More.
you get
Yep.
Correct. Yes, yes.
We really have two sets of awards here. One's for the us on the call if we do certain behaviors. However, I'm thinking about, let's say Matt or Tyler, you know, their farm area, that is a client, you know, it's for our customers. And so maybe there should be a section, hey, if you're an agent, click here. If you are a customer, and I don't know how Tyler or Matt or some of the people on the call market themselves. However, they don't really know them as KCN. They know them as Matt and or Ray or whatever in their farm area. And so they're not really interested in a KCN open house book. They're interested in prizes for, you know, for adding to, you know, the prizes that are relevant to them. So
right. So Denny, just so you know, and if you play around their app, you'll see this. There's 4 different ways you can sign up. And depending on how you sign up, you only see certain rewards. Like if you're not an agent, you're not going to see the open house playbook.
And if you're a KCN agent, you're not going to see it because it's just, you have access to it.
You have access to it anyway. So it depends on whether, are you an agent? Are you within KCN? Are you a client or a potential client? Or are you, you know, leadership outside of KCN that might want to refer us an expansion partner? So depending on how you sign up, depends on what points you can earn and what prizes are available.
So my question is, will it evolve? So if Tyler in Sarasota, you know, he is KCN. However, they do not know him as KCN. They know him as Tyler at, you know, KCN or whatever. So will his clients be able to see a branded app, a branded reward app that is still KCN? However, it has his branding on it.
No.
And, okay.
It's not possible.
No,
Not-
but
not-
that,
Well, it's possible if we spend $5,000 per agent.
well, but that does bring up a good point, Denny. That thank you for reminding me of this. You can go into the app or online, like as yourself. I can go in there as myself, and it'll give me a link to share. So I could share that link through text to Kristen, my friend that I want to sign up. And when she signs up, it's going to give me points because I referred her. So there is a little bit of that customization there. However, it's not branded like you said, but it does allow you to share and get rewarded.
But I think, so let me ask you, Denny, what's the script for Tyler to share this with, you know, say he's at a baseball game and, you know, somebody's sitting next to him. So what would be the script that you would use, Denny, to get them to download our app?
Well, I mean, I don't know how. I mean, for me, I would say, hey, listen, you know, we have a rewards app for all of our customers. We're part of this national group called KCN, and so basically somehow on there it would have my picture or my number or whatever. And like for example, isn't a KCN open house? They wouldn't know what an open house is for KCN, not in Tyler's area, unless Tyler markets it that
Well,
way.
I guess that's what I'm saying is that's when you tell them about the app, that's what you're going to explain that I'm part of this worldwide company.
Okay.
Based off
Can
what
we-
you said, Denny, about, you know, if a client reaches out to me, do they know I'm part of it? Yeah. Well, I think it goes back to the agent in that local market center in that area and location to say, hey, I'm part of the Chris and Cole Network. This is what we're about. This is what we do. But I think it brings it back to where we first met them and first had an interaction with them as saying, hey, we're part of this. I think it's maybe a little bit more difficult, the example you gave, sitting at a baseball game and saying, hey, we're part of KCN.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that it actually can become a value proposition. You know, this is one reason that you should use our services is because we do have this program. And as far as I know, we're the only ones who do. So in addition to my great service, in addition to me selling your house for top value, you have the opportunity to earn these points, not only during the transaction, but after the transaction, which gets you some really super fun gifts. Isn't that awesome?
And we're adding a place on there. So if they did sell their house or buy a house with us, that's a way to get points. So at the closing table, I'm going to shoot this over to you if they haven't already. Sign up. You can get points because we just closed on your house, and leave me a review, leave me a testimonial, and remember if you have somebody to refer them to me. So there's tons of stuff. We had, I was with, or in my research with this company, a lot of places, like they have people that just, you know, bank them and use them for all their gift giving and, you know, taking advantage of all kinds of things.
I would be interested in learning how.
Can we make it like a?
It won't be this call, just down the road. I would be interested in learning how people explain the value proposition of KCN, because I've run into, because I've got Denny Grimes and team at Keller Williams, powered by KCN. I mean, I'm wondering, like, they ask, well, who are all these people? I'd be curious to know how, and if we are doing it the right way. So that's just a fodder for another call, so we can all sing from the same hymn book. I know that I use KCN in a call center and making 500,000 calls a month and blah, blah, blah. However, I'm probably not hitting on all cylinders of leveraging everything you guys do for us.
I think Archie does a really good job at that, of explaining the value of being part of KCN to a potential homeowner or home seller. So perhaps we can, Ashley, you and I can kind of maybe interview Archie this next week and have him on our call next week talking about, you know, how he does that, because I think he does a really good job of explaining the value. And, you know, it was interesting because I was on a call at 6:30 this morning with a client on the East Coast, and she had a team member that she wanted me to talk with. And in talking with her, you know what this gal said? He was a single agent, and she's joining this team because she is getting beat out on listing appointments by teams that have more value than she has as an agent. So I really see that this is as we get better at sharing this and sharing the value of it, it can become a huge value proposition for us that everybody else doesn't have. So what I would say is download the app today if you haven't, and then maybe we will, what I'd like, Ashley, is let's create a slide for next Friday that we use in perpetuity, like always reminding them, and that way if somebody has a great story, but maybe we can, next week, with all the changes that are being made this week to the app, we can show them, you know, screenshots of the way that they can earn points. Because I think when they see it, it becomes a lot more alive.
Yeah.
And then we can have Archie share how he shares the value proposition, the value of being on our team and in our organization, and what that's done for him in terms of, you know, like you said, Denny, you know, our call center makes 500,000 phone calls a month, and the value of all those things. So does that sound like a plan?
Maybe I'm on fire. Would other people find it?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, am I good to go? Oh, sorry, I thought somebody was talking. Hey, so I just had an idea for the rewards program, like a competition. I know a lot of my clients are like, you know, ex-athletes. So would it be possible if we say, hey, you know, seller A, I sold your house. I know you always talk about my business, but you give me 5 referrals on the app, I can get you movie tickets or something.
Oh, absolutely. Sure.
Is
And
that something that, oh, I'm sorry, you can go ahead.
No, absolutely. And they get points for giving the referrals through the app too. So they could, I mean, we can do something like that where it's a featured prize, and then they could still also accumulate points. That's a great idea.
Like a milestone, like every 5 referrals, you get this and this, you know?
Well, there's also, great idea, Pedro. And there's also, we just added this one too, when if you list or pen 5 houses in a month, you as an agent, you get a bunch of points. Because when you look at some of these gifts that you can buy on the app, I think you guys will even get more excited about it.
Hey, bro, if they give me 5 referrals, I'm having their baby.
But you know, Monica Reynolds says that if you have, for every happy client that you have after they close, that if you stay in touch with them and you give them things like a rewards program and Pi Day and state fair tickets, et cetera, that has the potential for you to have 5 closed transactions referred to you from that person every year. So that was the whole purpose of this. I want this to be so awesome, Kevin, that even if even if I use the example that even if someone had a mother in real estate outside of our company, that they're so excited about this program, they still refer their clients to us. So I think that's the potential that this has. And the more that you guys give us suggestions like Pedro just did, because we can add ways to collect points till the cows come home. So, any ideas that you guys think of, like every 5 referrals you give us, you get, movie tickets, because all that stuff now can be done online. So this is super simple. And we absolutely would love your ideas, because we can add to this app. And what I've done is, for instance, when you go in as a KCN team member, you're going to see what would apply to us. But if you want to see what your clients would get, go to your profile, your settings, and change your setting to being a client. And then you can see all the things that are in there for clients. So that's the way I did it in order to look at all the different profiles and the things that we were offering and add to them. But any thoughts that you guys have, any ideas, just shoot them over to Ashley, and we'll get them on the app. Because I think the more that we talk about it, the more you guys understand it, and the more we use it, the more ideas you're going to have, which is going to make it more robust. And I think at the end of the day, if I'm gonna, like I have to travel to Austin next Tuesday. If I'm going to book a hotel, I'm going to book a hotel so I can get points, right? I'm going to use an airline that I can get points. So I think the more that we talk about it and use it, the more robust this will become. And I think it has the potential. So I'm going to tell everybody that, I come into contact with, and everybody in my classes about it. Last week, we were teaching agents. Denny and I were in the Anchorage Market Center and in Wasilla. And I was explaining to them the benefit to them if they refer someone to, for instance, Kevin in Wisconsin, that they're not only going to get the referral, but they're also going to get these points that allows them to collect on prizes. So other questions, concerns, comments?
I came a little bit late. I'm sorry. I don't know if you already said this, but I have a Droid and it's not, or Google Pixel. Do you only have it on the Apple Store?
No, Matt brought that up as well. Let me look into that, and I'll send an email out to let you know for sure where to go.
Okay, yeah, because I was trying to Google it. I couldn't find it. It's only on the App Store that I can see from.
Yep, I will.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem. I've got the Google Pixel too, so I couldn't get it either.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, I'll take care of it.
Thanks.
So other questions or ideas, thoughts? How about you, Don? You're on mute. You're on mute, Don.
Hi. Good?
Yeah.
I was being quiet since I'm the new kid on the team, just observing. But I like what Denny said about because I have a potential big farm as well. 2,000 to 5,000 doors, depending how we do it. And that's something that obviously is a big value. Plus, what you said earlier about calling the people that you have. I've got people, I don't have their email address. So here's a way to capture that email address.
Yep, and then we'll get to be on our drip program and just get a lot more touches too.
And also, Don, you bring up a great point. Like, for instance, once you're on our rewards program, like if I decided next week I wanted to send an email out to everybody that's in our rewards app and say, hey, we just launched a new prize or a new way to get points, or we have something special on there only this month for, tickets to Florida Georgia Line. So we have a way to send an email or a text to everybody that has signed up on the app if we have something super cool to tell them that would drive them back to the app. Mm-hmm. So I think that especially when we have something like, it made me think of it. Florida Georgia line, it made me think of it because they're coming to Phoenix. And I was just thinking, something like that, or, just something that's very, a message of the moment, something that's, would catch everybody's attention. You wouldn't want to do it very often because then they'd be like, oh, I'm sick of getting these emails. But once in a while, I think it could be super good to drive people back to the app and remind them of a new program, a new reward, or a new prize.
Absolutely. And that's another thing is nothing goes out, like there's no spammy type emails for signing up. They don't get emails unless we manually go in there and initiate it, like Kristen's saying, to update someone about a prize. So if they'll ask that, a lot of them do, and there's none of that happens.
Other ideas, questions, concerns?
And you did see briefly the slide I had up about points for attending the calls. So we're gonna have, that will start happening. You'll see those points get added into your system under your KCN rewards for the different calls throughout the week. So definitely make sure to be on those, camera on, participate, and get your points.
Now, Tina, for instance, you're our lead admin in Alaska, and so can you think of ways that your family and friends could use it, or the people that you're following up with on Christy's behalf?
Absolutely. I think that basically everybody in our sphere can use it somehow or another.
And you were in the class on Monday, and when I asked everybody, who likes reward programs, and everybody raised their hand. So I think once we understand the value and the scripts to articulate the value, I think the adoption rate will be higher. But even so, we've seen so much success in such a short period of time. My thought was, wow, when everybody really adopts this, it can be, I want it to be, for instance, that all of a sudden when one of your friends thinks about real estate, that they immediately want to get on the app so they can get the points. So that's why the prizes have to be super cool, because if the prizes aren't great, then nobody's going to get on there.
Yep.
Okay. Archie, do you have any comment today?
I just need to more engaged in this, KCN rewards. I know that we did it a back. And honestly, I was kind of when it was gonna start taking hold a little bit more, to be honest. So.
Well, we will, go over this a little bit more brief, but we'll go over it next week too, so we can actually show you the updated, some slides, some screenshots from the updates. And also, if you guys think about anything during the week where we can add to this, just keep the ideas coming to Ashley and we'll get them on there. That's what's going to make this super robust and super cool.
That's
something I just thought of is, how about airline points? Points on an airline. What were you going to say, Don?
This just hit me. For those of us who are involved in a chamber of commerce, a networking group, a BNI group, there's 80 people in my BNI group. They're supposed to refer to me anyway, right? They may not. How about you stand up at a chamber of commerce or your local BNI group and say, hey, anybody that wants to refer business to us, you can earn points. I mean, this gives you more fodder for a commercial in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And that, how I explained it to Monica Reynolds was, Monica, you're not with our organization, but you have influence with so many people. We're always looking for talented people, so you don't have to text us, email. All you have to do is just put them in this app, and we'll get the information and follow up, and you get these points. Okay. Well, it's nice seeing all the new faces on the call. I know we had some people that were out today, but anyway, and Megan, is that your little boy? Awesome.
Yeah, he's sick today, so I had to bring him to the office.
Aw, Well, congratulations. And congratulations to all of our new people. Any other comments before we jump off the call? I know it's Friday and it's summertime, so don't want to hold you guys up. Anything else?
What was the greatest thing you learned from Monica this past weekend?
Great question. Great question. Here's the thing that I learned, maybe didn't how would I say this? Don't think of myself like this, but she said, Kristen, you don't understand your value, because I was telling her about some of the products that we sell on our GrowthWord site that other agents can purchase if they want. She said, you don't understand your value. You have these things priced way too low. So I guess what I would say, Tyler, is I'm a giver, and I probably just give it to him anyway. And she just, and not that I'm going to go change anything, but just her saying that, like, you don't understand how valuable this stuff is, and nobody else has what you have. So, treat it with the value that it deserves. How about you, Denny? Did he jump off?
I think he's gone.
Okay. I had the good fortune also, Tyler, of sitting with Mo and she stayed at our home, and listening to her, and the fact that I'm the exact same age that Mo was when she started with Keller Williams and was flat broke and actually owed about $1 million in debt. And to think where she is today because of grit, hard work, good work ethic, and just being willing to learn new things and learn new ways of doing things. I think that what I heard from Mo is there's just no way to cheat the grind. There's no way to cheat a hard work ethic. As long as you're willing to put the effort forward, I'm 57 years old, and that's how old she was when she was flat broke and very, very in debt. So it was very inspiring, very, very inspiring. Here's what's funny. It was a beautiful day in Alaska, and we're sitting on the back deck, talking about business. And Monica and Denny and I, the next day, were sitting on the couch on a Sunday on Father's Day, and all we were doing is scripts and dialogues. I kid you not.
Believe it.
So there is a language of success, and that it was fun being around other people who have achieved so much. So thanks for asking.
Thanks for sharing.
Matt, you're awful quiet. You have anything to say before we jump off?
I'm just soaking it in, man. This is good stuff. Can't wait to
Awesome.
get the app on my phone.
Okay, well, Ashley will follow up with all of you. Thanks for your ideas today. Happy Friday to all of you, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week. And welcome to all of our new people. It's exciting. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Love that guy.